Well, the fight ain't over until it's over, and the fight between Granolah and Vegeta sure as hell ain't over. How's it going, everybody? Stop Vegeta saying what is good to all my Super Saiyan homies, here to bring you all sorts of Dragon Ball content, and today we are going to be hopping into the rough drafts for Dragon Ball Super Chapter 76, as well as their translations, courtesy of Herms Night 8 over on Twitter. So with that in mind, I actually am over on my desktop for once, just because I did lose the adapter for my headphones, but I actually think this is going to benefit us, because we're going to have the translations right next to the pages and panels, so this is going to hopefully be a lot of fun to do. So the name of the chapter, Out the Gun, we've got our first page over here, which looks really nice. I love this cerulean architecture that is going to be immediately destroyed. We've got, whatchamacallit, the name is The Destiny of the Saiyans. So it actually sounds like this is going to, like, mean something in terms of story. It's not just going to be a battle chapter, or I don't know, it might be a little bit of a mixture of both, but I feel like we're definitely going to be getting some story progression, not just, like, fighting. And so I'm very excited to see that. And then moving on from over here, we've got Vegeta kind of getting blown up and blown away by something, presumably a blast by Granolah, ending up on the ground somehow. And then we've got a barrage of blasts coming in from Granolah, and he's doing the double finger gun, which I still find so funny as someone who just like casually points finger guns at people in real life. I find it so funny that like he's literally shooting people with finger guns. Just hilarious to me. And he even says, "Are my attacks not stimulating you anymore? Is your Ultra whatever over already? Looks like I was right. Fate has decided the Saiyan should be destroyed." So he's mocking Vegeta at this point, essentially just being like, "Oh yeah, like what happened to this? Like, oh yeah, like you hitting me was just making you strong, or me hitting you was just making you stronger. What happened to that, big boy?" So yeah, none too happy about the taunting of the prince. And then actually, to what we get next, I'm also not happy about, because we see him do another little barrage, and then from what it looks like, I'm not quite sure if I'm seeing this right. It may just be because it's a draft, but from what it looks like, he's stepping on the prince, and I ain't happy about it. I am not happy about it one bit. But I mean, I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, well, you know, someone else stepped on him at some point. I'm sure Vegeta's been stepped on at other points. Totally. And if nobody has stepped on him in the series, which I doubt, Bulma has definitely stepped on him. Moving on. Yes, I am laughing at my own jokes. I know it's cringy. We've got over here, we've got Vegeta saying, "I'm the one who decides my fate." And then Granolah basically saying, "Don't you understand that you've lost?" And I think actually we are, I think we're actually missing something here, because as we can see over here, he goes to kind of kick Vegeta again and like step on him, but he's kind of sitting up, as at least from what it looks like, and he's able to catch him, and it looks like he definitely catches him off guard. But then we hop over to this next page right here, and he's like on the ground, belly side down, grabbing at his heels, which is just like, I'm not really sure how we got from A to B, so I definitely think that we're missing a couple of things right now, and these are just the drafts that we got. And then we get this amazing page, because every panel right here, and they're not even completely done yet, these are just the drafts, look phenomenal. Look at this is so cool. Like, Goku showing up, just whacking Granolah straight across the frickin' jugular, and then Vegeta in the background, shook as fuck, like, where did you come from? Then we've got the literal dent from Goku's fist in Granolah's cheek. And look at the look on his face. He's like, where did you come from? I thought you were dead. And then Vegeta's over here like, yeah, seriously, like, where did you come from? And Goku has the look at that killer instinct on his face. I adore this. I cannot wait to see what this page looks like fully completed, and then, God willing, when it's animated. This is just incredible. So then we've got one last page, which I guess is at the top of the website. It's the only place you can see it. It wasn't included with the other 7. And I also think there's a bit of a jump here, because as we saw in that last page, Goku was in blue. But then when we hop over to here, in this last page that we got, he's in base. And it actually looks like Vegeta is also in base. It looks like he's not in Ego anymore, because if I'm seeing correctly, I'm seeing eyebrows. Unless that's shading, it looks like those are his eyebrows are back. So he looks like he's back in base too. But he basically says to him, or not basically, Vegeta says to him, "Please let me do this on my own." And Goku says, "Okay, don't die, Vegeta." And so I'm intrigued, because again, we're definitely missing pieces. Like, the fact that we went from Vegeta being over here, catching it, or being stepped on the ground, then all of a sudden he's like sitting upright and he's able to catch Granolah from behind, and then all of a sudden he's like then face down on the ground again. We're definitely missing, if anything, just a few battle pages and panels. So I definitely want to see how we get from A to B. So I really I do want to see how far into the chapter we get this comment from Vegeta basically saying, please let me do this on my own. Because this very well could be, like, again, he goes from being in blue to being in base. Like, we could very well see a quick tag up, or a tag match with Granolah versus Vegeta and Goku at the same time, and then this being the setup for next chapter to be the rematch. That's kind of what at least it feels like right now. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going to kind of double down with what I've been saying. I said this with the last review for Chapter 75, when the rough drafts for Chapter 75 came out, when Chapter 74 came out. I think that neither Vegeta or Granolah are going to win this fight. No one's technically going to be the victor, because we had the heaters show up at the end of last chapter, and he's pretty much ready to go to use the Dragon Radar, find them Dragon Balls right quick, and make a wish. So whatever the heaters wishes, it's coming. It's coming sooner rather than later, and I don't think Vegeta and Granolah are going to get a chance to finish their scrimmage before the heaters plan finally enacts. And I'm going to say what I've said all along. I think the true, quote, victory for Vegeta here is going to be in that he's going to be the one that, thanks to this fight, and thanks to his presenting of the knowledge that, Frieza wiped out the Saiyans as well and everything, is going to be what in turn gets Granolah to then help them take down the heaters. That's just kind of what I've been thinking of late. I keep feeling like we're getting pieces of the big picture, but we still quite haven't seen what the end game is just yet. I still don't think Granolah is the end-all be-all, and I think there are a lot of people out there right now that don't think he's the end-all be-all, despite being the titular character for the arc. I do think still that there's going to be a shift at some point, and it's going to come down to the Saiyans and Granolah having to work together. But we'll see, because, he's done nothing to redeem himself. He literally keeps throwing away his allies, so Lord only knows. But yeah, with that being said, I will definitely be here next week for the review, and hopefully we'll be able to, if we get more leaks or rough drafts or something like that, I will definitely cover those as well. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one, and I'm hyped for this chapter too. Peace.